So, what we're going to do now is we're going to stand up, go back on there for me,
Okay.
with your golf club, okay, and just have a swing for me.
Right.
Tell me how it feels.
A little over.
Yeah.
At the very bottom.
Okay. Okay, cool. Right, if I can take the club, we're going to swing the club and throw the ball. Okay?
Yeah.
So you've got a club in your hand, body recognises where it is spatially, but now you're throwing a ball.
All right.
Let's see how the body responds. Good. And again. As soon as you let go of the ball, stop with the club.
Okay.
So, what's the proprioceptive control like? Yeah. And again. Very good. Now left hand.
Good thing I took a divot because I was not stopping that club.
No. Okay. Yeah, you're getting lower because you've got more side bend with rotation. So what the body's tapping into is frontal plane torque. It's tapping into, but it needs to be able to create frontal plane torque, so lateral flexion, it needs this to support. Otherwise, you've got an unstable base and you're trying to do this. This is getting thrown straight away. So there's no stability from the ground. Stability, mobility, stability, mobility. So we've got to create the right chain through the right side. Shorter swing and just.
Okay.
Throwing it into the floor. This has got nothing to do with how you're using the golf club or your wrists or hands, no wrist conditions, nothing like that. It's all about how you're using the ground. Because the distal end of the chain here, the arms and the club are just reacting to the forces. You literally can't stop them if you go too far, if you put too much force in.
Is that all right, Coach?
It's not bad.
The last one? So just...
Yeah, firm into the floor with the left side. Really throw the ball in. Yeah.
I don't feel the right foot doing anything.
No. Okay.
Because I do in kind of the, your drop and pop.
Yeah. We're going to go into all
do
this
that.
stuff. Yeah.
But then once then I recenter on this left, this doesn't do anything. Should it be trying to shear this thing off?
So we don't want to be trying to recenter. Okay. If anything, we want to be just. I want you to explore, just staying loaded in the right side, almost like a reverse push.
Yep.
It's kind of pushing off the right side. Yes, that's better.
Yeah, that was different.
Okay. Because we've got to load the tissue. As soon as you move, this is gone. So for us, you talk about rotation. For you, any movement in the lateral is shifting mass, and we're losing the couple effect. We're losing the torque from the ground. So we've got to push off the back foot. So you might even be a back foot player. We've got to find out. Yes. Okay. Better.
I'm using this for much longer.
Exactly.
Used to being here, and then I'm off of it, then it doesn't do anything.
So time, pressure's moving through the foot. Fantastic. So we know speed is distance and time, yeah? So it's also pressure shift through the foot. So the pressure's moving from heel to toe. If I move the pressure over a greater distance, but it takes less time, I've got more speed. So I can recruit the muscles faster. So essentially, this is creating torque. That foot, as soon as I go into a pronation, I'm losing my ability to torque. So you go early into what you perceive as a recentering, but by doing that, you're moving yourself into more of a pronation, which is more of a natural collapse in the gait, which is a soft, unstable state. A very powerful state is when we start to push off and externally rotate and extend. If we're spending too long in here, can't push off. So I can't use the hip. So what you just said was absolutely vital, the feedback you're getting, and we never mentioned timing, but these things start to emerge in terms of how you recognise what is taking place, because you're becoming more immersed and more aware of what's actually happening. So we're enriching your awareness so we can start to refine movement. So here, we're going to start to use this a little bit and start to feel how you're pushing. So as I was talking about that rotation disc, yeah, we're not going that way.
Yeah, I just want to feel how it feels.
We're pushing, we're moving away. See the extension there through the whole, it's all triple extension. Now, if we're talking force vectors, what we're doing is we're creating a vector this way that's going to elevate and rotate your centre of mass. This, we're going to have issues, okay? Because suddenly we've got to stabilise. This is what you're fighting. So as soon as you go that way, vector this way, you're rotating. It's going to be coming this way slightly, but it's underneath. It's not going. We want it to be going through the centre of mass. So we've got to be able to recruit it quicker. So I just want you to put your right foot on there for me and just roll it back and forth. Now use that back and forth movement to rotate your belt buckle to the target. So no, that's just twisting the hips. So think of the knee and the foot in that exercise we just did on the floor. So think of your knee going in this direction. Yes, there you go, that's better. So you can use the big toe now. You can push off the big toe to rotate the pelvis away from the knee. And that's using the right gluteals. Yes, yeah. This is exploration. This is self-organisation of finding the pattern so you can recruit this the best way. So here, what I want you to do is I want you to use your knee and push out towards the white line.
The white line, okay.
Yeah, push out towards the right. Okay, but I want you to now rotate the body to the target. And push off the right side. Let the right heel lift. Not from here. Just push off to let that hip lift. That's better. That was better. Look, it was unstable. The body's not sure. Now push off and let your weight transfer to the left, Brendan.
With this seesaw board, what should it be doing?
Yeah, moving from heel, rocking it. So find the rocking point and then push as you go. Yeah, good. Now let your weight shift onto the left. I want you to load the left by pushing off the right now, but without the knee driving in.
I don't know if this is working.
That's okay. Yeah. What we're seeing is how much top down your golf swing's being driven as opposed to bottom up, because the map is skewed. So that's okay. Okay, let me show you. It's okay. It's all right. This is good. All I want you to do is make a walking action.
Okay.
And use the walking action to twist the hips, to twist the belt buckle. So notice there's not a lot of rotation on the way back. Good. Start to rotate the pelvis a bit more. And notice what part of the foot you're using on the way through towards me. Yeah. Yeah. Once you destabilise it, you're going to find where the patterns are. That's it. Now, when you go back, what I want you to do now is go back and just sit down. And now I want you to go spring up to the target by using the feet, using that toe. Good. That's better. Not twist. 1 sec. I want you to. We've got to get the pelvis going up. Okay, it's a bit locked out this right side, so we need to do some work on that right side.
Right about there?
Yeah, just a little jump like that off the toes. That's it. Now, what you're feeling here is what we want in your golf swing. Do that again. Not as deep as that. No, just like this. So it's look how I don't have to use a lot of movement, and on the force plate, this would be whew, big forces, huge forces. Okay, so we're not assuming big movement is big force. It's the speed of how you move too. That would absolutely spike off the chart on the pressure plate. Okay, so I want you to think about this here. Just touch that hip flexor that there for me, just in the groin. There we go. Yep. Take your grip with your right hand, and we're going to feel how the flexion extension of that right hip throws the club. Okay. So I just want you to just with the right hand throw it forward, and that's it.
I can certainly feel
okay.
it push the ground and make a backswing.
Yeah, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to raise the heel, okay? Because watch this. I'm using the hip, the knee and the ankle, and then pushing off the toe to extend it all. You're extending by stomping the heel. So that's a different way of extending the hip. So I want you to push up. So here, that's it. I just want you to feel that. Drop and pop it this way. Don't even think of rotating, Brendan. Just think of it as being Sagittal. That's it, yeah. Just don't even rotate, just go up and down. There we go, that's better. You're going to get rotation by not thinking of rotation. You're going to get rotation by flexion extension. Good. Keep the heel, don't stomp the heel down. Don't stomp it. Use this, not the heel. So keep the heel on the floor. Just drop and pop the hip here for me. There we go, that's what you're using. Feel the difference? Yes, yes. Because this can move the pelvis quicker than stomping the heel.
And what do I, so that gets it going this way, and then from this side.
You just drop, don't even go, yeah, that's all you do. All you're doing is dropping. It's just going up and down.
Okay, like a kid on a swing or whatever.
Yes, exactly. That hip does not, you're not rotating the hip, you're just going, it's going up and down. That's better. Good, that's miles better. Okay, cool, now both hands.
That I can feel.
Yes. So you're just dropping and popping, squashes the ball. Yes. Like throwing, you don't need to think about pushing off the ball again because you'll go up, like jumping, you'd go up anyway because you're trying to swing the club, you're trying to go up. We're getting the down and then back down again. We're going down, it's the pop drop, so it's the pop and drop. Yes. Up and down. Yes, well done. You see, what's going to swing this golf club now is the angular momentum you're creating through the chain. So we're just...
I'm used to like coaches seeing it and then they see this, you get kicked in the pants this way rather than you're talking about a drop. And using that
but not going, yeah, but still,
lateral.
This, no lateral, it's just doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
No, that's turning.
Nice. That is loading all this musculature across the joint here in flexion, and then the natural recoil, Brendan, is the sequence from the foot, and that'll fire everything.
Okay, yeah. So if I pop here and then when I drop again, make sure my big toe and everything
is loaded. Yes, from
that,
here,
and then so I can.
and then it'll react. You don't have to think about it; it'll react. I just want you to drop. There we go. Yeah, that's miles better. Okay. Just up and down. Yeah, shorter swing, divot forward, up and down. That's it. Well done. So I just want to show you the last one.
Yeah, that's good. You might be able to see this.
So watch this. Look where the handle is before it even, and you're off your back foot, by the way.
Go for it.
So there you go. There's the pop. Now you're going to drop. There's the drop. Now it's loading. Now
I'm popping with the right leg.
Look where the handle is when you release. Look at that.
Yeah.
There you pop. So you're getting external rotation and extension from that right hip at the right time to enable you to use your torso. So the torso's delayed, you see, because it's stable below. Play a shot off your right foot. Perfect. You're just using a little 3/4 swing with some power, but it's just dropping and popping the right hip. That's the focus.
Like that?
Yep. Move the ball forward in your stance. That's it. Bring your left foot closer to your right, so it's narrow the base.
Like that?
Yeah, cool.
So,
so the hip just goes, the hip just goes up and down and up. It's just down. You can see where you try and get your power from. Just a bit exaggerated. Yeah, it's exaggerated. So this is, at the moment, it's just an exaggeration, so it's out of time. So it just wants to be a much shorter range, more subtle. So your leg's not doing as much. Your legs don't need to do... Yeah, just explore that. Okay.
That was a useful shot. That was pretty good.
Let's have a look. Okay, there you go. There's your problem.
The knees collapse.
So yeah, so it's showing exactly the reason why we need to do what we're doing. So we're seeing that and the early release. So what we've done is we've put a demand on that side of the body and it can't respond at the moment.
So it'll be drop and pop.
Okay, let's have a look at that. Yeah, don't worry. When you're making changes like this, you haven't got a release pattern for this. You're using the early release to square the face.
Yeah.
So often, if you can't square the face, it's not a bad sign because you're actually not using the early release. You can't. Now, does he push? A little bit better, but 1 sec. A little bit better.
Okay.
So there you see there's a...
That part looks really a
Yeah.
lot better. And then
Now,
this needs to
okay.
stay on that side.
This is
of
a lot
my hip,
better.
though.
Yeah, so that's the other right knee's gone into too much of a natural collapse.
Yep.
Look at that, so then you're going to get that early release. Well done.
Okay, that was a golf shot.
Well done. Let's have a look at that.
Yeah, right now there's a lot of thinking going on.
Yeah, that's okay.
There you
That's
go.
fine. It's good. Very good. That's better.
Yeah.
So, just watch.
So you're looking for the line up the toe, through the knee, through the hip.
This is better. Now, okay.
Yeah.
We're starting to get there.
And it wasn't fat. That was legit impact.
Yeah, yeah. So, and look out. That feels like your torso's forward of your hip, and look where the torso is.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just a little behind. Yeah.
Just a little behind still.
Mhm.
Okay. So we can move the torso further forward.
It's gonna stay tight.
All you're doing is moving your torso. So your torso.
Uh-huh.
So sternum stays forward of the hip.
Mhm.
Okay. Target side. Okay. In the downswing.
Yep.
Okay. And the knee goes down the white line. So it's all external in terms of lower body, upper body,
Yep.
just awareness of where you are in terms of where you're using the lower body.
Like this, right?
Yeah, cool. So that's knee goes towards the white line, torso goes forward. Well done.
Better. And let's see here. Okay, solid. Not awesome, but solid. It's a little passing me.
So this is giving you now some food for thought about where you could go with
Yeah.
your body. So think about how you can.
I would like that whip to not crack
Yeah,
quite so.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
That's why the ball went.
yeah,
probably
yeah. You're
15 feet too high.
shaft's unloading too early.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and again.
Which I like that you say that, because most coaches, if I said that, they'd be like, "Oh, I could show you 100 players that have that." I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't. That's not me. I don't want to do that." All right.
Just use the right. All you're thinking is you don't have to rotate. Think about rotation. Just think of moving forward to the target with the sternum. We're not thinking rotation. We're going to get rotation for free. All these are the other components that we need for rotation.
Drop and pop.
Yeah.
With the knee on the white line.
The knee to the white line, sternum to the target. Okay. Yeah. So what we're going to do here,
Specific for me.
specific for Brendan, we're going to really challenge his ability to strike this golf ball whilst being loaded through his hip, but using his essentially push-off mechanics, and really have to use his upper body now and organise the release, the timing of it, so he can strike the ball on the turf. So he's going to have to shift and use his torso. He's going to be moving laterally, rotating, and starting to right laterally flex. So right bend. So it's side bend, right side bend, essentially. So you've got to get to that ball.
Specific challenge.
So the challenge is to strike that golf ball, but stay on the right side. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
Watch
Other than
this.
the strike location.
Yeah,
the
but yeah,
body movement looked
but
good.
your body's not got a release pattern for this. It doesn't recognise it. Because if you were striking these great, I'd be worried, because you're probably doing the same thing you used to, because your body's adapted its release pattern to your body, to your sequencing. So watch this now. Watch this. Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Retained it much nicer.
yeah, yeah. Look at that post.
Good line. Okay. Let's try it again.
Different feel.
I feel crossed up. So rather than on the left with my pressure, on the right with my mass, I'm on the right with my pressure, on the left with my mass.
Perfect. That's because normally you shift, you cheat and do that, okay, just to get the pressure left, whereas now what we've done is we've gone to the polar opposite place, and then when we go back to the ground, you can start to regulate and find the middle ground. So I'll just show Lee what, Lee. You see the problem, you see the thing is, for somebody who's externally rotated, if you cheat, Brendan, and just shift, you're externally rotating the femur more, so now you've not got any external rotation but vertical.
Oh,
So you have to go early with the release to get some speed.
Stay on this right.
So if you stay on the right side,
I can't shift.
you've got to be able to use your upper torso. Well done. Well done.
That was a lot better. That one, yeah, the other ones, I was staying right, but doing this rather than really.
Let's go again.
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah, that felt great.
Okay.
Oh, I drew it up. That was a perfect cut, just like we wanted. I felt more comfortable. That was really good. I mean, it is a pitching wedge, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if you would call that low, but
I'm looking at the right hip. I'm looking at the hands, the relationship between the knee, the hip, the hands. Now where your torso is, watch the drop. Now you start to push.
it's amazing because people work on early extension. We
this.
haven't talked about early extension,
No.
but that is the opposite of it.
Look
That's
at this.
perfect,
Look
yeah.
where you're going.
Mhm.
Now watch what happens with the torso. Now you rotate. Now comes back out.
That's good,
So
yeah.
it's coming back out with your rotation.
Right.
So the mass has to be behind, but then you're rotating now. What you started to time is the rotation of your torso.
Okay, good.
Whereas you've been this way previously, your pre-existing kind of actions being this
Yes.
and this. Okay, whereas now you're here and you're having to rotate. So now the timing of your rotation. So when I talked earlier about speed, agility, quickness, it's about the ability to push and rotate with the torso, because you're naturally going to side bend because of the way you push in. You've got a torque that's rotating your torso this way, so you can go forward as much as you like with the torso.
That was nice and straight.